Do you want to know what it is?
Leo tunasoma about kitu imeua watu wengi sana, blue pill. Direct to the point. Mgeni wetu ama daktari wetu kwa nyumba. Sika nasali kukuita daktari by the way. Nasali kukuita daktari.
It's all good.
Ama nikuita makanika na mwili. Okay.
Hata si ni mechanics
wa mwili. So kuna hiki kitu inaitwa blue pills. Na wanaume juu tumekosa nguvu sana. Kuna kitu inatusumbua. Mara unasikia kuna someone died in the line of duty na siku ya vita, watu wanajua nini nasema. Why do you think that happens?
Okay, one thing
kama hebu tusiende hapo kwanza. I think you should introduce yourself, then utuambie basic information that we can know about blue pills. Yeah.
My name is Grace Mutua. I'm in the medical field. People want to know about blue pill.
Yes, ni vile waongeagi.
And most of them not even knowing about it. Most of them have used it. Watu wengi wameitumia, so they know. And the worry is people even at the age of 18 years are buying those things over the counter. So what is blue pill?
Blue pill ni jina ya utani ama ya market.
Blue pill is sildenafil. Mostly comes with a 50 mg pack or 100 mg pack.
Yes.
Mostly people buy over the counter for kujiongeza nguvu za kiume. Of which that drug is not made for that. That drug inatreatingi kitu inaitwa pulmonary arterial hypertension. That is, hiyo ni ugonjwa ya roho. Most patients who use sildenafil. Ama kuna ingine inaitwa ED, erectile dysfunction. But mostly treat watu wa heart conditions. So when you are using blue pill for leisure purposes, that is misuse of that drug. And that's why currently blue pill ama sildenafil is a controlled drug. Si dawa unaweza nunua over the counter. But most people in pharmacies are doing it. Even to young people as 18 years. Number one, what people should know about blue pill. It will help you at that point, at that time. But health-wise, you're destroying yourself as a man. Because if you don't have heart condition, why should you use a blue pill?
Sili inakujaga hapa hivyo niko correct kidogo before tuendelee sana. Ya madam siku hizi wanataka ati mtu ana perform sijui 30 minutes 1 hour. What is happening? I will say this by the I feel like most women have watched porn. Because I think in 2020 there is a study that was done proved that women are watching porn more than men. So I feel like what they see in porn they want you to perform 30 minutes. But nimeona another scientist amesema sijui like a normal performance ya mwanaume ni 30 seconds to 10 minutes. So ati hii ingine sijui 30 ni kiherehere. How do you say about it? You see,
let me say about women watching porn, that is lifestyle. Yes. That is individuals' lifestyle. So you cannot dictate on what to watch as an individual.
Yes, we can't.
But peer pressure should not make you take sildenafil at any cost.
But shida inakujia hapa. Na nimeisikia madema akisema hivyo. Woi, nilienda kwake. Nakwambia the whole night. Mazi 10. Hata kuna song imetoka sijui kama ni nane ile hiyo kwa mambo badala kuna sema sijui tayangata hata angeuza them 10 times after every 10 minutes. You see that kind of peer pressure. Pia madem kuambia kunini kuna yeye amepatana na mtu akona very high libido. Anaenda kuambia madem wengine wangu anaendanga nawa 30 minutes. So wako anaendanga 30 seconds. Unafikiri that's abnormal. Unafeel game yake iko chini.
Peer pressure should not make someone take sildenafil. If your game as a man is 2 rounds, please be satisfied with that. Let nobody push you to 5 rounds.
What if it's too loud ya 30 second? Si data si loud, inakuanga time.
Haina shida. Even if you are 2-minute guy, if you are 2-second guy, be proud of that. Sildenafil is, it's something you should not take if you don't have a heart condition. If you have erectile dysfunction as a man, go see a gyna, be prescribed the right drugs that are, that are treating that condition. But sildenafil inakusaidia that hiyo 2 minutes, hiyo 20 minutes uko hapo. After that, later on in life, you are going to have low sperm counts. Ile time unatafuta watoto, you cannot get kids. You start getting drugs that will boost your sperms to fertilize, Sahi, because it's a concern actually in the market. Young people and young teenagers are buying these drugs to prove points to young ladies. Just know that woman one day atahitaji watoto. Leo umemfurahisha with that 30 minutes time. Leo umemfurahisha. But ile siku atahitaji mtoto, it will not be as good as that time ulikunywa Viagra.
Now, can I ask you this? I don't know whether you have that answer for me today. What is that problem of using? How will this blue pill cause low sperm count? Because the quality, how will it affect the quality? Let me use the right term. How will it affect the quality of sperms? Because
you are doing it out of, a drug. It's not natural.
So it will push you to.
It is not natural. Anything that is not. You are not doing it naturally. One day it will bring consequences in life. So when you're doing this, ati unatumia blue pill at the age of 20s, ile time utakuwa 40, will have issues. Sijui kama nimekujibu.
Yes, kuna wazee pia wanajaribu kushindana na rika dogo wa babas. Na siku hizi tunajua babas ndio wanakula ile mali mzuri ya wasichana wale young. Unajua sasa shida msichana young amezoea watu wako na nguvu. So most of these old men, unajua kwanza kitu moja, we are living in a situation where watu wengi hatukuli healthy. So at 40 most of us tunajipata tuko na blood pressure ama diabetes. And I'm sure I'm sure you agree that hizo magonjwa pia zina reduce libido. So unakuta wazee ndio wanakufa sana kwa marojing. Hata unakumbuka few weeks ago we had a father amekufa na hata wengine tumeona, na sasa kumesha wengine tumesikia wamekufa kwa marojings. Utasema aje about or how it comes about because I believe in more of an overdose of these drugs?
Okay, acha niseme hivi. Ukiwa above 50 years, you should not take sildenafil more than 50 mg.
So that is how many tablets? One.
You should not take more than one. Which whatever may bring, whatever the situation you may have, don't take more than 50 mg. Because mostly people past 50 years have lifestyle diseases, like diabetes, and mostly patients of diabetic patients are not, they are not sexually active. Mostly, I've not said all of them, but most of them are not sexually active. We have hypertensive patients. Already they are taking drugs. Na hypertensive ni roho. It's about the heart. Na sildenafil ina fasten heartbeat. So huyu patient, the moment atakunywa more than 50 mg, the heartbeat will be very extreme. So inaweza ndio itamletea stroke. Wengine inawaletea hiyo myocardial infarction, which is heart attack. Wengine kuna side effects za sildenafil, that is a blue pill. Kuna loss of vision, loss of hearing, kuna flashed skin.
Flash skin ni nini hiyo? Sisi kitu kama hiyo. Flash screen. Screen.
Na kuna prolonged erection. Kuna tu after kuitake for long time, is a time itakosa kuanguka. It's just hard, and maybe you don't have a woman, you're not having sex, so you'll have a condition. You'll need to go to the hospital you have fluids run through your system.
Sawa, ni yule like imekataa kuanguka
na inakataa
flag post imekataa kuanguka.
Na draining energy ya mwanaume.
So you can even
faint.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, sasa niulize. What if nikunywe? Juu kuna mtu alikuwa anasema hii ati kuna kamze kalienda kwa lojo kaita akampago kasichana kadogo. Kakunywa juu kataka madamu ajue kana kunywa, kakunywa before afike. Madamu akakataa kukuja. What happens? Nimekunywa na mimi ni kamzee. Imagine anataka mimi ni mzee but sijafika ile level ya kuitwa kama mzee. Mimi ni mzee si kama mzee. Nimekunywa na sikutaka demu ajue. Dem amedecide kukula fair. Na nimekuja niko kwa room. What happens?
First, onset of sildenafil is 20 minutes. The onset. Then ina last for 2 hours. So after 2 hours, nini yake itarudi normal. Either amefanya sex ama hajafanya. But in this scenario, this is an old man, let's say 70. Heartbeat yake itakuwa very fast na ata sweat. So the only way you can help this patient is drink a lot of cold water.
Na kuenda kwa bafu na apigwe na maji baridi.
Yes, hata kusimama kwa bafu, kurun maji, it's part of making the body, the heartbeat, the sweating, na reduce all that. Anaweza kunywa a lot of water, orally, because sildenafil can be taken in 3 ways. There is the oral, unaweza na maji. There is injectable, sindano, that's IV, and there is sublingual, kuna yenye inaekangwa chini ya ulimi na inayoyuka yenyewe na meza. So, having said that, people need to know blue pill is a prescription only medicine.
Sasa, I think
it's not used for leisure.
For leisure. 6 months ago, ama 6 ama ni 1 year. Sijui kuna niebu. Nisikia. Di jamaa amekasirishwa na bosi yao. Akaenda akaweka ni high school hata. Akawekea walimu Viagra kwa chai. Naona? So, every teacher wanaulizana, na huku kumekuwa moto. So now I had someone say that kuna ile like kunywa hiyo dawa and madam akataa kukuja, unaweza kufa, unaona? Is it true?
What will kill you?
That was the issue, now. It's a narrative that is being pushed to the
The only thing that can make you die like after taking the blue pill is stroke or myocardial action. That is heart attack. That is the only thing that can kill you after taking sildenafil. And it depends with the milligram. Unaweza 50 milligram cannot, not unless you have an underlying condition.
E.g. underlying condition?
Underlying conditions are
your mic is not working. Isawa. But I think the sound was good from my side.
Underlying condition ni vitu kama hypertensive patients, HIV positive patients, ama patients who had stroke at their and they are healing.
So like in case nikunywa madam akatae kukuja, niingie tu kwa bafu
nimwagilie maji,
as long as nikuwe nakunywa,
even sitting down, sitting upright and taking water. Taking water, the intake of water. Au vile tu iko unakunywa maji mingi, that's how it's going to be. After 2 hours, it will be okay. Because it lasts for 2 hours.
So either 2 hours inabidi time mingi hata kusimama sitakuwa kazi. But so niwende kwa bafu ukalia kichwa na umojimwagilia maji baridi.
I don't think even the outside, having water fall on you is an issue. Like sitting down uprightly and taking water for 2 hours. In those 2 hours you will be okay. The heartbeat will go slower until it's normal.
normal libido and normal. You know how can you define that in normal? Kuna watu nasikia wanaambiwa mimi nakaga 30 minutes, wewe unasikia 30 unakufa moyo, unaendea dawa.
People are different in their own ways. People are special in their own ways. So you cannot compare yourself with another person. You need to be you. That's how you are created, and God does not make mistakes. So if you have, high libido than the other person, it's not you to compare. You just need to appreciate yourself the way you are.
Madema kinipea pressure aseme ukaaji wewe unaambia start mmoja nimerote siku hizi hata kaangalia leo test wengi. Wewe hata mimi ulikuwa unakaa 10 seconds. Hiyo pressure inafanya wanaambia tukitaka watu wanaona hapa na shida sana kwa siku hizi.
You should not allow that pressure to get into you. If that person is not, kama aku appreciate, unafaa kumove on. There is someone who will appreciate you like the way you are.
What do you think about ujipawa? Because saizi men now, although wanaume pia tukumbi sana kati wanawake wanakunywa sana ujipawa kuliko wanaume. Because I feel one, kuna hiyo pandemic pia watu walikuwa na shida ya hiyo dysfunction to be sincere. Na pia ni hiyo lifestyle na diet. But kuna hiki kimekuja inaitwa ujipawa na pia mimi nilikuwa nauza, but I know that it's more for ladies who are taking it than men. Although you're not a nutritionist, that actually should be my part to answer. But do you think that played a contribution to my lifestyle yetu na alcohol?
Apart from vile uliumbwa, there are people who have a lot of energy, depending on what they take. Like mwanaume anapewa rice usiku for supper, you cannot compare with a man who is given, cassava and mandizi at night. You cannot compare. Those people are different in some levels.
Unajua sasa sida wanaume siku hizi tunanunua pombe too expensive. Ukisikia hata kuna mtu kuja kanabia, siwezi ununua hiyo uji 50 bob. So like but I feel like hiyo ujipawa, I would say this because I've seen people comment about that, like in fake. Like sometimes the diet is good, but diet cannot heal a medical problem. If you have an erectile dysfunction that needed to be treated by a doctor, stop taking it. It doesn't work. About that, if you have a medical problem, you need a doctor to check that. However, diet is important.
Very important.
Kama hiyo ujipawa, I believe it's more of kuna watu wanatumia pumpkin seeds. They have a lot of high zinc in them, and zinc improve blood flow. So I believe that is how ujipawa can help too. Ujipawa, there is a lot of kuna doma, kuna guache, kuna cassava. They have high level of starch, which is needed. By the way, hata kuna hii watu wanasemanga jugu karanga. Yes, jugu karanga zinasaidiaga, but I feel like for performance, energy is more needed. So ujipawa can work, but it's not so that when it comes to diet, you don't solve things with that immediately. If unataka immediate actions, enda kwa daktari pia. And if you feel like uko chini kiasi, but see by 30 seconds uko sawa my friend.
But tunajua sasa watu wana compare our fathers with the current men, which is not.
No,
haita work.
Hata si our fathers asiko baya.
Those people used to be fed so well.
Mimi siwezi sema kusema hao wa kitambo, watu wengi wana compare na because I've talked to women who are comparing. Kauliza, where did you see a man last?
But there are men who don't drink and they don't perform.
You see the problem is wengi wana compare na pombe. Hiyo ni kitu kimoja kusoma because there's no way a doctor will say generally majority of men will say between 30 seconds and 10-15 minutes. So 30 hiyo ni yako. Unaona? Na inaweza kuwa so many things. Even your delayed can be because wewe pia uko na shida zako na siko baya. Because hata kama ndio ukabao kule food place kunanuka vibaya utakula pole pole. Sika umepata vile nimesema. So kuna hiyo vitu jumini you notice watu wengi by the way, kuna ile normal performance. Of course kuna hiyo diary you cannot. Unajua wasichana wengi hawakuinteract na wazee wati buka. So they don't know. So they are comparing with videos. Ama stories wamesikia juu kuna wale wanakuja kutupea vitu zao. Of course kuna watu wakuanga na power zao differently. Everyone has. Maybe there are someone who can go for an hour, but here is an abnormal case. Ni mmoja ama wawili. Sasa wewe msichana unakuja unapewa watu wote kwa social media just because siku hizi ukolokiata iko kwa social media. Ndipo sasa watu wanapata pressure. Unasikia mtu amekufia nini? Baadaye kuna hoga na dawa ya kupunguza. quite the opposite. Although really doing have a man who has a excess, unless it's a mental issue. Because I've seen like a man akisemekana alikuwa anataka, it was more of a riot test, alikuwa anasema bwana mdema ameboeka juu jamaa anataka 10 times a day. So I thought that also is an abnormal case pia. Every day one
You cannot call
energy ya
those
kufanya
cases abnormal.
no, utafanya tu ukweli.
They are not abnormal. Sasa mtu ako gifted that way.
Sasa nikuulize, you see kuna, it's not about gifted, it's more of a mental problem where it's either, I think behind the scene ulisema obsession, or they only feel love. There are people who have low esteem, people who are suffering from feeling they are lovable, and the only way to feel lovable is through sex. Because there's no way someone will tell me that he has energy to do sex 10 times a day and deliver.
What if they said a night? What if it's a night?
Kazi ya kesho atafanya nini?
You know, there are people who have that energy.
Tuongee ukweli.
They are not many. Let's say they are not common. But you cannot call them abnormal or, you know, mental cases.
Can I ask you this?
They are not mentally
Can I ask you this? Ukiona mwanaume anakula utatuka hivi peke yake per day, how do you call that person? Would you feel like it's more normal?
You know, you eat to your capacity. If you can take it all, take it in.
It is, but sometimes hapana. Otherwise, if you have a question regarding that, kuna kitu tumeachilia.
What people need to know is that blue pill is not safe. If you have erectile dysfunction, see a gyna, see a doctor, if you prescribe the right medication.
Na pia watu wakule vizuri.
Yeah, sildenafil is not a solution.
Ama guys, mtakufia kwa road mkifanya kazi zenu. Ukifurahisha msichana. In the name of kufurahisha msichana.
Peer pressure.
So tuonane next video. Tuambie whatever you want to, if you have a question, head up our comment section. You read what you want to know and what you would like us to talk about next time.